Good morning and welcome to the 17th Convocation of the Symbiosis International Deemed University. I'm Dr. Anita Patankar, Director of the Symbiosis School for Liberal Arts and Deputy Director at the Symbiosis Center for International Education. I hope you all are safe and healthy at home with your loved ones. For the very first time, we are having a virtual convocation ceremony, and we have a short film which tries to communicate the feelings that most of you must be experiencing today.
चल leave it यार. We know you. कि कैसे without struggling the way you top the class.
That's what, yeah. You also won the cultural competition. Now that's too much, huh?
Well, you know na that Shiksha even won the debates. And yeah, I won one of them too.
And I'm sure यार, तुम्हें नहीं पता क्या? She was also the volleyball team's captain.
अब बस करो यार. Stop it. See, we all have lived our lives to the fullest in Symbiosis, isn't it? और हमारा कैंपस लाइफ सबसे बेस्ट कैंपस लाइफ है.
Hyderabad is the best.
Joke. ये दिल वालों की दिल्ली है यार. See, Noida campus is cool. I know we lawyers are not considered cool, but actually we are. और हमारे पास मेट्रो है, तुम्हारी तरह हमें बस तो नहीं पकड़नी पड़ती.
तो क्या my campus was पीछे? See, it's like biryani.
Oh no यार, फिर से बिरयानी.
My life was not the same before I joined Symbiosis. My college transformed my personality. In fact, पता ही नहीं चला 2 साल कैसे चले गए.
Wow. You know, I was so scared when I joined college. But my seniors here in Bangalore made it so easy for me and we're best friends. I'm sure for a lifetime. Hey guys, I have to tell you this. I've got a job. My boss, Shitu, is a Symbian. I'm sure it's going to be fun.
Dude, you people are forcing me to talk here. But yeah, college life is special.
Have you seen the new Nagpur campus? I think it's still the best, But still, I love my Nasik campus. And it's just 3 hours away from Mumbai.
ए रिक्शा, सॉरी शिक्षा, तू बोल ना. पुणे कैंपस के बारे में कुछ बता ना. वो तो पूरा हिल स्टेशन है यार.
चलो, I got to go. Bye. Guys, आपके लिए शायद ये कैंपस ही होगा, बट यू नो व्हाट? मेरे लिए ये मेरा घर ही था. What more can one ask for from a campus? A vista point with a lake view, scrumptious food at the mess, इतने सारे दोस्त, इतने अच्छे टीचर्स नहीं, lifetime mentors, and a 24 hours library. I have spent so much time in that library. Of course, midnight cafe की तो पूछो ही मत. एडिक्ट हो गई थी मैं चाय की. ये कैंपस है ही इतना एडिक्टिव. मुझे यहाँ से नहीं जाना है, बट क्या करें? The show must go on. I remember the last convocation. कितना ग्रैंड था सब कुछ. Do you remember the sparkling eyes of the students? And the parents were so emotional. The campus was decorated like it's a festival. Then the convocation procession entered the hall where the academic council, along with the deans, management members, and the special guests were a part of that procession. Once everyone had settled in, the most awaited moment arrived. And they were all graduates. It was a delightful and exuberant sight. The enriching ceremony had a speech by the chief guest, Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Venkaiah Naidu, and the Honorary D.Litt awardee, Shri Javed Akhtar. It was a very special day. This year, a convocation is happening online. यार इस साल तो सिम्बायोसिस का गोल्डन जुबली सेलिब्रेशन भी तो ऑनलाइन ही चल रहा है. So let us meet virtually. Only this time. Like you all, I'm also sad, but not upset. Of course, if we had met, we would have laughed together, shared a lot. But I know, we will meet soon. Symbiosis will call us back, and I will come back. Because after all, I am a symbion.
Dear students and parents, your presence here today at this virtual convocation is heartening. That we are meeting virtually does not actually impact the traditional significance of this convocation, though of course we will miss the physical comfort and joy of meeting and hugging friends. The convocation is actually a time to look back, for celebration and reflection, a time to look back at the time you've spent at your institute. In fact, your entire academic journey. As a journey, it has led to this point, a culmination, which will now lead you to the new chapter in your life, your professional and personal life. I invite Controller of Examinations, Shraddha Chitare.
Ceremony begins with a ceremonial procession where the Jnanadanda is brought to the dais. I request Dr. Shezul, Registrar of the University, to initiate the proceedings.
Chancellor Sir, may I request you to kindly declare the 17th convocation open.
I declare the 17th convocation open.
Thank you, sir. I invite Dr. Vidya Yerodekar, Pro-Chancellor, Symbiosis International Deemed University, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Anita. A very good morning to all of you. I welcome you all to the 17th convocation ceremony of Symbiosis International University, which is held virtually today. The chief guest for this function and my mentor, Dr. K. Kasturirangan sir, the Chancellor of this university, Dr. S.B. Muzumdar sir, the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajani Gupte, the Deans of all the faculties at Symbiosis International University, members of the Managing Committee of Symbiosis, members of the Board of Management, Academic Council, all other bodies of the university, faculty members, my dear students, their parents, and our special guest, Mr. Adar Poonawala. Let me begin by thanking and appreciating the efforts of Dr. K. Kasturirangan sir for giving us the new Education Policy 2020, which was recently launched by our Honorable Prime Minister. Sir, you have focused this policy on multidisciplinary and holistic education, which will prepare our students to become global citizens with deep-rooted Indian values. My dear students, you are lucky to graduate from a university like Symbiosis. I believe that in a student's life, there are 2 days that are very important. The first day, when you enter the portals of the college, when you are rather bewildered, excited, and even anxious. When you enter the college portals, you know it is a beginning of a new chapter in your life. You make new friends. And I'm sure at Symbiosis, you must have made friends with students from different regions, different countries, and from different cultures. Your teachers at Symbiosis have not only imparted good knowledge, but they will continue to become your lifelong mentors. The education that you have received at Symbiosis, no matter which discipline you studied in, was an education that has helped build your character and personality. It is the Symbiosis culture in which you have grown for the last 2, 3, 4, or 5 years that you spent with us. And it is this Symbiosis culture which will always remain with you and will give you your identity. The second most important day in a life of a student is today, is when you graduate. It is again a day when each one of you, I'm sure, is bewildered, anxious, and happy, because now you're entering into another stage of your life, a stage where your academic life is complete and you are entering a new chapter where expectations will be based on your performance at work, your performance in the society, and your performance, of course, in your family. Dear student, please remember that Symbiosis has inculcated in you the best of qualities and values which will help you perform in whichever discipline that you continue your careers in. Please stay connected with us through the Symbiosis Center for Alumni Engagement. I wish you all the very best in your future careers. We all leave behind 2020 and enter into a hopeful and healthy 2021. I wish you all a very happy 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vidya. I now invite Dr. Rajni Gupte, Vice Chancellor, Symbiosis International Deemed University, to present the university report.
Thank you, Anita. Dr. S.B. Muzumdar, the Chancellor of the Symbiosis International University, the Chief Guest, Dr. Kasturi Rangan, the Chairman of the National Education Policy 2020, and the Chancellor of the Central University of Rajasthan and NIIT University, the D.Lit awardee, Mr. Adar Poonawalla, the CEO of Serum Institute of India, Dr. Vidya Yaravdekar, the Pro-Chancellor of the University, members of the Symbiosis Managing Committee, the Board of Management, Academic Council, invited dignitaries, sponsors of the gold medals, deans, directors, staff, graduating students, gold medal and PhD awardees, and parents. On behalf of the university, it is my privilege to welcome you to the 17th virtual convocation of the Symbiosis International Deemed University. I would like to take this opportunity to share the annual report of the university for the academic year 2019-20. The university has 37 constituents spread across India at Pune, Nasik, Bangalore, Noida, Hyderabad, and Nagpur. In addition, we have 7 research centers, 11 departments of skills and continuing education, 9 support departments in Pune. In 2019-20, the university conducted 74 full-time programs with a student strength of around 18,000 students from 85 countries. The achievements of the university in this academic year, we already had the Category 1 status granted by the UGC. NIRF ranked us 43rd amongst all universities. MHRD ranked us number 3 in the Swachh Campus rankings. QS has ranked the university among the top 300 universities in Asia. SIU was ranked 109 in QS BRICS, and in the India rankings, we were number 23. The other achievements, SIU is the only Indian university to have received the Asia Pacific Quality Label for internationalization of higher education. Under the UGC Paramarsh scheme, the university has been selected for mentoring other institutions who are aspiring to get NAC accreditation. The new constituents which were set up in 2019-20 were mostly at Nagpur. We also set up the Medical College and the University Hospital at Pune. Besides this, we set up the Symbiosis Center for Applied Artificial Intelligence at Pune. This is a glimpse of the Nagpur campus. I spoke about the hospital. It is a 900-bedded hospital with a state-of-art infrastructure and facilities. It was declared a COVID-19 nodal center during the recent pandemic and dealt with 3,588 cases with an age range of around 4 months to 95 years. The Medical Council of India has issued approval for an intake of 150 girl students from the academic year 2020-21. At the Medical College, we have a unique scholarship scheme, the Dr. Anandi Gopal Merit Scholarship, which will provide 100% waiver in academic fees to the top 5 girls who qualify through NEET merit of students and join this university. This is the university, a glimpse of the university and the Medical College. These are some of the facilities and the high-end equipment that you can see over here. The academics and teaching activities continued as usual. We had about 53 faculty development programs during the year. We lay very strong emphasis on development of our faculty. We offered 5,761 core and elective courses through the year at all the institutes. In addition, around 300 value-added courses were offered at the university during the year 2019-2020. Many innovative practices were practiced, and we successfully implemented flexi-credit courses, floating credits, and audit courses. A large number of other curricular, extracurricular competitions, events were organized by each of the institutes. The library is a focus point in the university and has close to 4 lakh books and 2.2 lakh e-books, in addition to around 1 lakh e-journals and print magazines. The outcome of all the excellent inputs that we provide are the numerous awards won by the students across all the disciplines. They are way too many for me to mention by name, and they would be upset if I don't mention them all, but I have to say that they have done us proud. Similarly, our alumni and their consistent upward trajectory in the best organizations in India and overseas is a matter of great pride for us. Speaking about the research initiatives at the university, we set up advisory committees for each of the 7 research centers comprising experts from India and overseas to guide and review their progress. We also set up a research advisory board to guide the overall research strategy of the university. We established an IP department to extend specialized support to faculty for filing and publishing patents. All this focus has resulted in improved publication per faculty ratio and enhanced the H index. Some of the grants we received a total of 80 grants, 80 research projects from external and internal resources. And as you can see, they are from government as well as private organizations in India and overseas. The collaborations for research spark projects were with the University of Queensland, University of Pennsylvania, Arizona State University, and Deakin University. The UKRE projects were with Leeds Beckett University, Aston University, Bournemouth University. The projects that we are doing, collaborative projects that we are doing, range over a host of projects. Curricular development on climate change policy, risk management and prevention of antibiotics resistance. So as you can see, these are in various disciplines that the university offers. The patents that are published by the university have seen an upward trend, and as you can see, they are now published in China, India, Japan, USA, and PCT. Some important events through the year were the National Conference on Destination India, making India the preferred hub of education, conducted in association with the ICCR. The chief guest for this event was Shri Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, Honorable Minister for HRD, and the other dignitaries were Shri Vinay Sahasrabudhe, President ICCR, Shri Amit Khare, Secretary Higher Education, Ministry Government of India, and Professor Rajneesh Jain. The 4th edition of the International Conference on Internationalization of Higher Education was conducted last year in March, and the chief guest for this was Dr. D.P. Singh, Chairman of the University Grants Commission. We have a very strong community outreach and extension activities, which are offered in the areas of healthcare activities and non-healthcare activities. For healthcare, we have 2 family doctor clinics and a mobile medical unit, which offers preventive, promotive, and curative healthcare in 22 villages surrounding the university. Over 15,000 patients have been treated, and in addition, the non-healthcare activities extend to 5 villages adopted under the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan and the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. I must make a mention of the service learning component. Around 1,500 undergraduate students of the university devoted 130,000 hours towards community development under the service learning course, which carries credits. Some glimpses of the community outreach work that we are doing in the villages around us. Awareness sessions in schools on water conservation and rain harvesting, an awareness session on the government health schemes being conducted by the BSc Medical Technology students, awareness session on waste management. The university lays a great deal of emphasis on sustainability, and the biodiversity cell at the university is extremely active. As you can see, they have constructed several butterfly gardens on the campus, interesting workshops for students by the biodiversity cell, bird box making workshop, dragonfly studies. Cultural and sports events are the lifeblood of every university, and sports and other activities fill up the calendar of the students. Our quest for excellence continues with our strong industry interface, the extensive use of IT in administration and academics, the focus on extension activities and environment consciousness. Our DNA has always been internationalization, and the topmost priority, of course, goes to strong ethical practices, which lays the foundation for a very good education for our students. And finally, let me end with a message for the graduating students. Today, each one of you has reached an important milestone in your lives. The qualities that you exhibit in the future will mirror the values that you have inculcated during your years at this university. As you move forward, we hope you will always exhibit values that enshrine integrity, respect diversity, and collaborative effort. Finally, as you leave the portals of Symbiosis, reach out for the stars, but keep your feet firmly on the ground. And always remember with gratitude the people who have made you what you are today, your parents, your teachers, friends, and peers. God bless you always. Thank you.
I now request Chancellor, Professor Dr. S.P. Muzumdar, to address the gathering.
Namaste to all of you. Distinguished Chief Guest of today's convocation, Dr. Kastur Rangan, the icon of Indian youth, Azhar Punawala, on whom we are going to confer elite today, Dr. Vidya Yerwadekar, the Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Rajini Gupte, the Vice Chancellor of University, and members of various authorities of university, and my dear graduating students. SIU is celebrating its 17th convocation in a virtual mode, and obviously because of pandemic. This is the first and the last virtual convocation. My dear students and friends, 2020 is marked by many important events. One, of course, is COVID-19 pandemic. But there are many other events which have taken place, both in the country and in the university. As most of you know, we established Symbiosis way back in 1971, and it is completing 50 years on 26 January 2021. And this is the Golden Jubilee year, and this is the landmark 2020. In this year, National Education Policy 2020 was accepted by Government of India. And I am really happy that the chairman of NEP 2020, Dr. Kastur Rangan, is the chief guest of this convocation. This new education policy envisages four important stages in school education: 5, +3, +3, and +4. 5 pertains to foundational, then to preparatory, middle school, and secondary school. When I was thinking about NEP, and I myself being a teacher of botany for many years, I wonder whether there is any similarity of the concept of NEP in nature. And then I found, yes, there is some similarity between NEP 2020 and the germination of seed of a plant. Let us have a look at this wonderful slide. Now, this first germinating seed represents fundamental. Slowly, it unfolds into preparatory stage, then into middle stage, and then secondary stage. I thought that there is considerable similarity between these 4 stages of germinating seeds and the 4 phases of NEP 2020. Dr. Kasturangan, I think the nature supports NEP 2020 policy. Dr. Kasturangan, I am delighted to tell you that we have taken NEP 2020 in Symbiosis very seriously. And therefore, as Dr. Vidya rightly said, we want to establish a very quality education school exactly on the model of NEP 2020. Dr. Saab, we seek your guidance, support, and blessings. And as Vidya mentioned, we'll invite you to lay the foundation stone of the school very soon. Friends, there is another very interesting feature of 2020. What is that? Our beloved Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, gave us a very wonderful concept of Atmanirbhar Bharat. And Atmanirbhar means self-reliant, self-sufficient. And it is not only the country which should become self-sufficient or Atmanirbhar, even citizens should become Atmanirbhar. Universities like Symbiosis should also strive to become Atmanirbhar. Many institutions should strive to become Atmanirbhar. And we in Symbiosis International University promote the concept of Atma Bharat in different manners. We are self-reliant because we are unaided university. We have many innovative programs. We have so many faculties which come from different educational universities in the world. We have a large number of international students, so that internationalization is the focus of this university. And I'm sure very soon, as Modi ji says, local to global, our university will go from local to global one day. Friends, there is another interesting aspect which I would like to tell you. SIU, Symbiosis International University, is conferring delete on the youngest person. I don't think such a youngest person in India has ever conferred the delete. But I'm sure he deserved it and deserved it well, and we have realized it for the first time. We are conferring delete on the youngest person for his contribution to producing vaccines. Clean City initiative in Pune. If you roam in the city, you will find that other Punawala's cars go on picking papers and waste paper management and many other waste material throughout the city. And therefore, it is a great initiative promoted by other Punawala. Besides that, he has a wonderful scheme of providing clean drinking water to the students in schools and patients in hospitals. But above all, and I must tell you very proudly, Dr. Poonawalla happens to be a Punekar. And we are proud that he is promoting action called Convocation. And I'm sure very soon, perhaps in a month, Convocation will come out and it will save millions of lives. Congratulations, Azhar Poonawalla, for this. Well, I have something to say to my graduating students. Well, over 7,000 students are graduating in this convocation. I wish all graduating students best. My blessings to them and congratulations to them. My dear students, Corona has created tough time for you. I know it. I can imagine through what hard times you must have been going through all these 10 months. So the Corona has created tough time for you. But please remember, tough times don't last. Tough may last. And therefore, be tough in your life. Friends, Corona to me is a destroyer and a teacher. As a destroyer, all of us know it has killed many lives all over the world. Lakhs and lakhs of people died because of Corona infection. It has shattered our economy, affected our economy, and therefore there is a gloom in the market. These are the negative sides of virus. But we can also see its positive aspects. As I said, Corona is a destroyer, but it is also a teacher. And Corona has taught us what life is all about. The first lesson it has taught us is simplicity. Simplicity, I tell you, is powerful. Simple is powerful. It has taught us simplicity. Number one. It has also taught us spirituality. During lockdown, there was no much work, there were no visitors, there was enough time for contemplation and meditation. And then we realized the value of spirituality. There is something beyond earning money, enjoying luxury. And therefore, this is also the best lesson that Corona has taught us. And the third lesson, my dear students, that Corona has taught us is uncertainty. You do not know when pandemic will be over. You do not know when vaccine will be in market. So it has created a sense of uncertainty. And is it not true that in our life we always face uncertainty? So simplicity, spirituality, and uncertainty are the three best lessons this Corona teacher has taught you. My dear students, you have in your hands Symbiosis degree. I have no doubt that each one of you will get job and you will get job in best companies. But is it enough? Personally, I feel that you will be happy and successful if I follow my simple advice. And what is it? Each one of you has three biological organs: brain, heart, and stomach. These natural biological organs are doing their functions involuntarily. Brain is controlling your nervous system, the heart is pumping blood 24 hours. And the stomach is digesting the food which you are eating. But can you train these three organs to do other social functions? For example, can you train brain to think of innovation? Something new, something which has not been thought of by anybody. Because innovation drives the world. Innovation drives the economy. Innovation creates wealth. So, my dear friends, in the age of acceleration, innovation is the answer. And therefore, kindly train your brain to think and think of convocation every day. My second request to you is, can you train your heart a compassion, a virtue of compassion? And I tell you, compassion is the best virtue any human being can possess. Can you help someone who is less unfortunate than you? Can you help someone who needs shelter? Can you help someone who is ill? Can you help someone who needs clothing? So compassion in heart. And secondly, passion in your belly, passion in your stomach. Because without passion, you cannot achieve anything. So, innovation brain, compassion in heart, and passion in stomach. These three good qualities will make you successful, and not only successful, happy and contented in life forever. I know many of you must be sitting in your houses. Parents must be joining you. Please, please convey my regards and best wishes to your parents. They must be really proud of you today. My dear friends, I wish you all the best. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our chief guest today is the chairman of the National Education Policy 2020 and the chancellor of the Central University of Rajasthan and NIIT University. Dr. Krishnaswamy Kasturirangan is an internationally renowned space scientist who headed the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, from 1994 to 2003. A former member of the Rajya Sabha and of the Planning Commission of India, he was also the director of the National Institute of Advanced Studies, Bangalore. Dr. Kasturirangan is a recipient of India's three highest civilian awards, the Padma Shri in 1982, the Padma Bhushan in 1992, and the Padma Vibhushan in the year 2000. As the chairman of the much-awaited National Education Policy 2020, which was passed by the Union Cabinet of India in July 2020, he has helped articulate the nation's vision for its future. The policy, as we know, is a comprehensive framework for elementary, secondary, and higher education, in addition to vocational training in rural and urban India. I now invite our chief guest to address the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. K. Kasturirangan.
Professor Dr. S.B. Mazumdar, the visionary founder and chancellor of Symbiosis International Deemed University. Dr. Vidya Evadekar, multifaceted pro-chancellor. Dr. Rajni Gupte, vice chancellor. Dr. Rajiv Evadekar, Dr. M.S. Shejul, members of the management committee, the board of management, members of the faculty and academic staff, graduating students, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to express my thanks to Professor S.B. Mazumdar, the visionary founder, Dr. Vidya Vadekar, Dr. Rajni Gupte, and other members of the management for inviting me to deliver the 17th convocation address of the Symbiosis International Deemed University. Besides Professor S.B. Mazumdar, I'm acquainted with the varied professional interests of Dr. Vidya Vadekar, whose versatility has taken her to play many important roles at national level, such as leading educational activities at CII. It's a privilege to be with all of you and the students on this August occasion. And I would like to use this opportunity to greet each and every one of you. I am delighted to note that Dr. Adar Punawala is being recognized with an honorary doctorate as a fitting tribute to his extraordinary vision and leadership in responding decisively to deal with the pandemic, both in India and globally. My special congratulations to Dr. Adar Punawala. Symbiosis International University, SIU, was born out of the vision of its founder, Professor Mazumdar, a man of great erudition and foresight, who saw in this initiative a unique way to bring the international student community in general and African and Asian students in particular together under what he characterized as a symbolic concept of mutual interdependence. Even as a professor at Ferguson College, Professor Mazumdar was deeply concerned for the well-being of the foreign students in Pune. The problems they were facing in an alien place, such as accommodation, meals, medical care, as well as issues of fostering bonds of friendship with local students with diverse cultural and social backgrounds, started engaging his sensitive mind, embarking on providing world-class education as an instrument to provide and promote international understanding became his obsession. When SIU became a reality, imparting quality education, these humane considerations became a critical part of its value system. Currently, SIU has come to be respected as a center of high-level scholarship, not only in India, but also globally. True to its reputation, the university attracts bright youngsters from different states of India and also from around 85 countries across the world, all of whom help to create a vibrant intellectual, cultural, and social life within the university. It is also gratifying to note that the university offers programs in several disciplines that encompass management, law, humanities and social sciences, health sciences, information technology, engineering, design and architecture, media and communication. I make a special mention of this nature of education involving varied subjects, since the same could enable Symbiosis to move to the next step, that of becoming a strong center of holistic and interdisciplinary education as envisaged in our new national education policy, with a potential to become a world-class research and teaching university, the highest level of higher education that we have enunciated in our policy. I'm happy to see that the university has already taken the first steps in this direction. Added to this is the nearness of the main campus of SIU to the city of Pune, well known for its ecosystem of high level of erudition and scholarship, a strong industrial base, including manufacturing centers, a fast-growing IT industry, world-class research laboratories, and institutions like Serum Institute of India, besides a very enlightened citizenry. The geographic nearness of SIU to Pune provides a unique opportunity for a two-way flow of knowledge and enlightenment befitting both the university and the city. It is also good to see that your other campuses are also located with similar geographical advantages of developed urban centers. Further, the main campus located in the scenic and the idyllic Sahyadri ranges provides an enchanting ecosystem, ensuring an environment of peace and tranquility that could inspire the best of creativity and originality among academic staff and in your and students. My dear young students, today marks an important day in your lives and a significant milestone in your life's journey. Entering into this institution facing intense competition, you pursued your academic work with great dedication. By your hard labor and dedication to maintain high standards, you earned your degrees and awards. It's a moment of pride for all of us, as much as it is for the teachers, parents, and those who had any part in shaping your life so far. You can recall that your mission for higher earning began here with great passion, but know for sure that it will not end here. It will not end until you feel fully confident of meeting uncertainties and challenges of the life's laboratory and dealing with successes and failures with equanimous attitude. I am sure that each one of you has different dreams, but surely you should never give up your dreams and aspirations, for it is those aspirations that will drive you to higher levels of achievements and make your life purposeful. From the depth of my heart, I wish each one of you success in your future endeavors. At this juncture, I would like to make a few remarks on the National Education Policy 2020, which was approved by the Cabinet on 29th of 2020, and several public addresses by our Honorable Prime Minister has declared his government's resolve to implement NEP 2020 in letter and spirit. My own focus in this address is to specifically identify those of the policy items that align with the present activities of this university. In particular, after a brief mention of the overarching aspects of NEP, I shall highlight three important aspects of the policy that can find alignment with the ongoing academic programs: liberal education at undergraduate level, research, internationalization. The vision of India's new educational system has been crafted to ensure that it touches the life of each and every citizen, consistent with their needs and necessities, besides creating a just and equitable society. The approach is to realize a new system aligned with aspirational goals of the 21st century education while remaining rooted to India's value systems and ethos. The policy provides an integrated yet flexible approach to education. Further, it has kept the interconnectedness of the various phases of education in mind and how the same will enable continuity, coherence, and processes to ultimately realize an end-to-end educational roadmap for the country. Major emphasis is given in the policy to the aspect of holistic, multidisciplinary education as a foundational component at all levels of education. At this point, I would like to share some of my thoughts in the context of the importance of holistic and multidisciplinary education with focus on undergraduate education. This concept, sometimes also referred to as the liberal education in the contemporary discussions, has its origins in India's age-old idea of liberal arts dating back to almost 1400 years. In the modern-day social and economic landscape, this old Indian concept is now finding recognition in a new form. As per our policy, and I quote, liberal education explores the remarkable relationships that exist among the sciences and humanities, mathematics and arts, medicine and physics, etc., and more generally, the surprising unity of all fields of human endeavor, I quote, unquote. A comprehensive liberal education develops all capacities of human beings: intellectual, aesthetic, social, physical, emotional, and moral in an integrated manner. The undergraduate degree will be either 3 or 4 year duration for this policy with multiple exit options within this period with appropriate certifications. The 4-year multidisciplinary bachelor program provides opportunity to experience the full range of holistic and multidisciplinary education with focus on chosen major and minor as per the choice of the student. At the postgraduate level, one of the key recommendations relates to the strengthening of research in the university system. The policy recommends the creation of a national research foundation for this purpose. Considering that we have nearly 900 universities, nearly 1,000 I may say, there is a sense of urgency in boosting the research capability in our higher educational institution, particularly in the university systems. And in order to see, nurture, grow, and transform universities into full-fledged research centers of excellence, the NRF will support research programs in sciences, technology, social sciences, arts and humanities, and many other subjects. The funding will be available to both public and private universities. I'm fully aware of the strong research base that SIU has established over the years in different disciplines. NRF will help in further strengthening and expansion of this activity in SIU, particularly for interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary programs. SIU can also play a key role in mentoring neighboring HEIs to speed up the development of research capabilities. As already mentioned, SIU was born out of a vision of strengthening international relations through quality education. The university has maintained this element of its earlier vision with planning and implementing the various activities in the related manner. Thus, the importance of internationalization, as mentioned in the NEP, needs no further emphasis at this university. What I would like to do is to highlight some of the major strengthen and expand the role of SIU as a destination for quality education for students from abroad. In this context, one should recall the illustrious history of internationalization in India that included Takshashila in 700 BC and Nalanda, which in its heyday in the 7th century CE had students and scholars from China, Indonesia, Korea, Japan, Persia, Turkey, and other parts of the world. An education that prepares students to think globally and become global citizens, confident and capable of working in different countries around the world, is one of the foremost considerations influencing student choice regarding the country they would like to study in. Therefore, Indian HEIs must take advantage of the freedom that they will come with, autonomy that will be widely granted as a result of this policy to create a nationally and internationally competitive education. Courses on Indian languages, arts, culture, history, and traditions, Ayurveda, and yoga are of special interest among foreign students. So also, the areas of strength such as STEM subjects, computer science, gaming, and related topics are proving attractive to foreign students. There are many other uniquely Indian cultural traditions, such as cuisines, textiles, and so on, that offer extremely attractive opportunities, not only for Indian foreign students alone, but also for the Indian students. Collaborations between foreign and Indian institutions will be facilitated for twinning programs, and strategic partnership for expanding research collaborations can be set up for the two-way movement of talented research students and postdoctoral fellows through NRF. Provisions for the mobility of faculty between universities in different countries, offshore campuses, and expansion of MOOCs and ODL programs, both nationally and internationally, are some of the other opportunities that internationalization provides in this policy. Moving on to the NEP, I would like to share my own experiences in the context of the challenges that the professional world can pose to you youngsters in future. I use my own association with ISRO and some of the lessons which I learned to exemplify this. The first relates to encountering failures in professional life and how we learn from it and move on. I still remember the events in ISRO related to the successive failures of the first two augmented satellite launch vehicles, ASLV. Even though a sense of despondency overtook us initially, we did not allow this setback to override our resolve to succeed. I should say the critical analysis and the in-depth assessment of the problems we made and the technology and quality issues that we addressed really paved the way for the success of the present generation of PSLVs and GSLVs. In analyzing the failures, we got an insight into the inadequacies and the marginal nature of our original design. Further, our courage of conviction and the type of inspiration that we derived from the leadership of ISRO made us work with redoubled vigor to succeed, which we did. I've often felt that life can teach you more from a failure than in success. In other words, the failures could be the stepping stones for the future success. The second example that I would like to cite relates to our self-confidence to plan and realize science and engineering products that could match the best in the world. I recall with pride India's remote sensing satellite program. After wetting our hands by building two imaging satellites, Bhaskara 1 and Bhaskara 2, with limited observational capabilities, the ISRO engineers took on to themselves the next task to build a satellite to the contemporary standards comparable to the best in the world. This was really a big challenge considering our engineers that we don't have the full technology level of capability at our disposal. Nevertheless, our engineers came out with unique strategies, including innovative solutions for optics, pioneering use of new state-of-the-art sensors, and design and development of some of the most difficult technologies like gyroscopes, momentum wheels, and propulsion systems for the spacecraft. This was an extraordinary feat accomplished in a period of 6 years, When the satellite IRS-1A was launched in its orbit performance, the performance was comparable to the then American and French satellite. They were the best in the world at that time. Not to be content with these achievements, the ISRO scientists went on to build IRS-1C and 1D in the next 5 years, wherein even more complex technologies and innovative solutions were brought to bear, making these satellites the world's best in the civilian domain. The stringent performance demands on the satellites, such as pointing and jitter stability, to realize the full potential of the resolution capabilities of the camera from space, demanded the highest level of perfection and precision on every aspect of engineering. The message that I would like to convey to my young friends here is that given the right opportunity, goals, and ambience, our engineers and youngsters are second to none in accomplishing any complex task. Further, when you do not follow the routes followed by others, you become a pioneer because of your originality of thinking and high level of innovations. When you are not following others, but still achieve world-class systems, you become a leader. Today, I can say with great pride that India has achieved a preeminent position in space research because of the many of the foregoing reasons, particularly the availability of creative minds capable of displaying confidence and facing challenges. Central to the successful accomplishment of what I said in the first and second point is the need for strong, appreciative, and understanding leadership. I take the example of Professor Satish Dhawan, a former chairman of ISRO, to share with you the type of qualities that a leader should possess. Professor Dhawan commanded respect from professionals and non-professionals because of the value system he brought to bear in the governance of ISRO, which all of us admire. He helped to create an ecosystem where people could work together in teams without an individual losing his or her identity. Further, he was very familiar with the technical, managerial, financial, and other important dimensions of the organization and took considerable pains to understand and critically assess the conceptualization and implementation of different programs by interacting with engineers and scientists at different levels. Whenever he conducted a review, which he did quite often, we always prepared carefully and extensively to face his incisive and well-crafted questions. In the face of a failure, he took the full responsibility and thus shielded us against outside criticism. He was fair and always took decisions without showing any bias or favor. His leadership qualities made the organization truly professional and goal-oriented. These and many other qualities that he possessed are important for any leader to emulate while aspiring to rise to high professional life. Needless to emphasize, this calls for tremendous efforts to marshal one's own mental and physical resources, sometimes to the limit. I can digress here and say a little bit that you have among you in this convocation three stalwarts who have shown their own mettle on the same lines as what I described about ISRO. One is your founder, Professor Mazumdar, for whom you always dreamt big, achieved big, and made the country as well as the inventory proud in the process. You have his very illustrious Dr. Vidya Yarvadekar. She has, nothing is impossible for her. She's dynamic and she would like to really come out with most challenging tasks to achieve in this world. And I think she is another of those kind of a role model that you can emulate. And you have today the person who is receiving the honorary doctorate, Dr. Adar Poonawalla. He has really taken on to this deadly virus directly to contest. And I am sure he will find a solution which all our country will find succor from. So these are three of the people here who are a part of this convocation address, who have this kind of a characteristic and who have made big in the country in the context of their qualities of leadership, vision, and initiatives and courage of conviction. Youngsters, please follow them. When you finally start demonstrating your full capability in terms of conducting a transplanetary flight, The above mentioned characteristics and many others need to be brought. I talk about the ISRO's capability being built step by step and reach a level where we are talking of a transplanetary flight. For example, the successful achievement of the goals of the Mangalyaan mission to reach Mars in the very first attempt unambiguously demonstrates India's full mastery of all-round capability. The demands on the precision, propulsion, guidance, and navigation systems to ultimately make a successful rendezvous with Mars was an order of magnitude higher relative to that to reach our nearest celestial neighbor, Moon. It may be noted that reaching the Moon itself demanded an order of magnitude improvement in the capabilities of control, guidance, and navigation compared to the requirements to conduct near-Earth orbiting and geosynchronous missions. The enormity of these technological requirements can be judged from the sensitivity analysis of the orientation when you want to target the spacecraft towards the Mars. In terms of the overall attitude or the orientation, targeting the requirements to reach the Mars, an accuracy called for is of the order of a 0.01 arc. Those of the engineers will appreciate this. In simpler terms, for a 20-kilometer dispersion from the normal, so it's 20 kilometers, this accuracy is like shooting and successfully hitting a 1 centimeter diameter coin placed at a distance of 200 kilometers. That is the kind of accuracy. That is what the Indians have achieved in reaching the Mars and successfully rendezvousing it. An exercise in excellence, encompassing perfection, precision, and accuracy. These considerations of quality and excellence are not unique to space activity alone. Neither is it a one-shot affair. It has to be sustainable. The concept of excellence should be made a part of our national culture, elevating those islands like space to continental proportions. Nations who subscribe to this culture have the most decisive advantage to successfully compete with others in any endeavor. My dear young friends, in the end, I would like to emphasize that as inheritors of a society which blossomed up great values for life and a deep concern for human development, you should intentionally aspire for deepening and broadening your knowledge, learn to experience the power of collective teamwork, and always be guided by higher values which you believe in. I would like to conclude my address by recalling what Albert Einstein once said to a group of young students, and I quote, "I rejoice to see you before me today, happy youth of a sunny and fortunate land. Bear in mind that the wonderful things that you learn in your schools are the work of many generations, produced by enthusiastic effort and infinite labor in every country of the world. All this is put into your hands as your inheritance, in order that you may receive it, honor it, add to it, and one day faithfully hand it over to your children. Thus do we mortals achieve immortality in the permanent things which we create in common. If you always keep that in mind, you will find a meaning in life and the work and acquire the right attitude toward other nations and ages." My dear young friends, there could not have been a better message to exemplify the spirit of this August occasion. That too in a university that is born truly out of the concept of Vasudeva Kutumbakam. I wish you the very best future, both in your personal and professional life. Thank you.
We now move on to the conferment of the Honorary D.Lit Award for this year. Each year, the university confers the Honorary Doctor of Letters, D.Lit, upon eminent individuals who have proven their expertise, scholarship, and overall contribution to making the world a better place. We will now see a short film introducing our D.Lit awardee. I now request the Honorable Chancellor to confer the D.Litt Award.
I am happy to confer the Honorary Director of Affairs, D.Litt, on Sri Adar Poonawalla. Congratulations.
I now invite Mr. Adar Poonawalla to deliver his acceptance speech.
Chancellor Professor Dr. Mujumdar, Pro-Chancellor Vidya Ayurvedikar, Vice Chancellor, members of the Board of Management and Academic Council, Symbiosis International, our respected chief guest, Dr. Kasturi Rangan, all of the graduates, Rajiv Ayurvedikar, my friend, participants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for these kind words that all of you have bestowed on me. It is indeed an honor and pleasure for me to address you here today at this 17th Convocation ceremony. I am truly grateful for this recognition of D.Litt by the University of Symbiosis, and I will cherish this recognition forever. Since I have only a few minutes, I will be brief and leave you with two principles and thoughts that have served me well in my life and career, which is why I am predominantly here today. I share this with you because it is your generation that is going to shape our planet in the decades to come. Firstly, point number one, whatever you decide to do and excel in whatever field of business, arts, social work, technology, etc., whether you work as a professional or whether you are an entrepreneur and you start your own business, above all, maintain your integrity and reputation, even if that means it is a longer path to success or money or fame or whatever in achieving your goals. Because if you lose your integrity and reputation, you can never get it back. We have seen that this principle in the long term has really served us all very well. Point number two, whichever career path you choose to take, try to focus on serving humanity and or the environment. Try to spend your time on this planet where it really matters. Don't worry about business success and income. That will come automatically. If you can serve the needs of what people really want and need, as opposed to so many products and services that people make that don't really need, but are pushed onto them for commercial gains. So we see that on social media and so many other areas today. This is the need of the hour. With our growing population across the globe, we need to be able to address climate change and healthcare more than anything else. That is very evident now coming out of this pandemic. So I hope and wish all of you lots and lots of success in your careers, in your future ambitions and goals. And I hope that my words can motivate you to go in this direction to make the world a safer, healthier, and better place to live. Thank you, Symbiosis, and all of you once again for this recognition and honor. Thank you.
Mr. Poonawalla, I am happy to share an important fact with our distinguished guests, students, and parents today. It is estimated that 65% of the world's children have taken at least one vaccine manufactured by the Serum Institute of India. Thank you so much. We now move on to the second phase of the convocation ceremony.
We now begin with the conferment of doctoral, master and bachelor degrees and diplomas, and we will begin with the Faculty of Law. I invite Dr. Shashikala Gurpur, Dean, Faculty of Law.
Chancellor Sir, I request you to confer the doctoral, master and bachelor degrees and diplomas on the students who have passed the respective examinations under the Faculty of Law at the following institutes who are virtually present here and those who are permitted to remain absent. Symbiosis Law School, Pune, Symbiosis Law School, Noida, Symbiosis Law School, Hyderabad, and Symbiosis Law School, Nagpur. I also request you to confer the doctoral degree on the following students: Surya Kulatur, Vishwesh Shekhar, Neelima Saukar, Smita Pandey, and Nitin Kondalwade Patil. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gurpur. I now invite Dr. Raman, Dean, Faculty of Management.
Chancellor Sir, I request you to confer the doctoral, master and bachelor's degrees and diplomas on the students who have passed their respective examinations under the Faculty of Management at the following institutes who are virtually present here and those who are permitted to remain absent. Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, Pune, Symbiosis Institute of International Business, Symbiosis Center for Management and Human Resource Development, Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies, Symbiosis Institute of Digital and Telecom Management, Symbiosis Center for Management Studies, Pune, Symbiosis Institute of Operations Management, Nasik, Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, Bengaluru, Symbiosis School of Banking and Finance, Symbiosis Center for Management Studies, Noida, and Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, Hyderabad. Sir, I also request you to confer the doctoral degree on the following students: Ramamurthy Venkatesh, Samir Erpude, Sheikh Rashid, Sanjeev Sharma, Gauri Joshi, Nishat Deshpande, Pavan Anand, Saji Joseph, Sarika Keswani, Ajay Pandey, Shagun Tukral, Mukesh Kumar, Sabiha Fazal Boy, Velagala Lakshmi, Geetanjali Pinto and Vrishank Bush. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Raman. I now invite Dr. Dhanya Pramod, Dean, Faculty of Computer Studies.
Chancellor Sir, I request you to confer the doctoral, master and bachelor degrees and diplomas on the students who have passed the respective examinations under the Faculty of Computer Studies at the following institutes who are virtually present here and those who are permitted to remain absent: Symbiosis Institute of Computer Studies and Research and Symbiosis Center for Information Technology. Sir, I also request you to confer the doctoral degree on the following students: Nisha TN and Srikanth Mapari. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Pramod. I now invite Dr. Rajiv Yerodikar, Dean, Faculty of Health Sciences.
Chancellor Sir, I request you to confer the doctoral, master and bachelor degrees and diplomas on the students who have passed the respective examinations under the Faculty of Health Sciences at the following institutes who are virtually present here and those who are permitted to remain absent: Symbiosis Institute of Health Sciences, Symbiosis College of Nursing, Symbiosis School of Biological Sciences, Symbiosis School of Sports Sciences, Symbiosis School of Culinary Arts, Symbiosis Center for Yoga, and Symbiosis School of Open and Distance Learning. I also request you, sir, to confer the doctoral degrees on the following students: Suhas Divse, Rajneesh Joshi, Kunal Jani, Priyanka Patel, Nehal Shah, Ashima Khanna, Durga Devi Afle, Aira Chaudhary, Joita Banerjee, Priyanka Khopkar, Swati Shah, Meera Lopez, Ajinkya Shitole, Anshika Singh, Piyush Raut and Meghna Barua. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rajiv. I now invite Dr. Ruchi Kher Jaggi, Dean, Faculty of Media and Communication, and also Dean, Faculty of Architecture and Design.
Chancellor Sir, I request you to confer the doctoral, master and bachelor degrees on the students who have passed the respective examinations under the Faculty of Media and Communication and the Faculty of Architecture and Design at the following institutes who are virtually present here and those who are permitted to remain absent: Symbiosis Institute of Media and Communication, Pune, Symbiosis School of Media and Communication, Bengaluru, Symbiosis Center for Media and Communication, Symbiosis School of Photography, and Symbiosis Institute of Design. Sir, I also request you to confer the doctoral degree on Sanjeevni Aichit. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ruchi. I now invite Dr. Jyoti Chandiramani, Dean, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Chancellor Sir, I request you to confer the doctoral, master and bachelor degrees and diplomas on the students who have passed the respective examination under the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences at the following institutes who are virtually present here and those who are permitted to remain absent: English Language Teaching Institute of Symbiosis, Symbiosis School of Economics, Symbiosis School for Liberal Arts, Symbiosis School of International Studies, and Symbiosis Statistical Institute. I also request you to confer the doctoral degree on the following students: Gargi Patil, Madan Survase, and Swagata Ghosh. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jyoti. I now invite Dr. Ketan Kotecha, Dean, Faculty of Engineering.
Chancellor Sir, I request you to confer the doctoral, master and bachelor degrees on the students who have passed the respective examinations under the Faculty of Engineering at the following institutes who are virtually present here and those who are permitted to remain absent: Symbiosis Institute of Technology and Symbiosis Institute of Geoinformatics. I also request you to confer the doctoral degree on the following students: Babarao Rathod, Maya Selke, Mita Kumar, Purva Agrawal, Vijay Lakshmi Chetnapalli. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kotecha. I now request the Honorable Chancellor to confer the doctoral, master and bachelor degrees and diplomas on all successful students.
In my capacity as the Chancellor of Symbiosis International University, I hereby confer the doctoral, master's and bachelor's degrees and diplomas on successful students of all faculties who are present virtually and those who have been permitted to remain absent.
Thank you, sir. The Professor Dr. S.P. Muzumdar Award for the Outstanding Foreign Student of the Year was established by the Honorable Chancellor in 2016. The award carries a citation and award money of rupees 1 lakh from his personal savings in recognition of the exemplary achievements of a foreign student studying in India, with the potential to go back to their home country and involve themselves in socially relevant activities. I now request the Chancellor to announce the recipient of this year's Professor Dr. S.P. Muzumdar Award for the Outstanding Foreign Student of the Year.
This year, the award goes to Habiba Hussaini from Afghanistan.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Vice Chancellor Dr. Rajni Gupte to announce the Chancellor's gold medals and all the other prestigious awards.
I am happy to announce the names of the students who have won the Chancellor's Gold Medals and other gold medals. The Best Outgoing Student in Postgraduate Program, Shivani Saxena, SIBM, Pune. The Best Outgoing Student in an Undergraduate Program, Devina Srivastava, SLS, Pune. The Best Outgoing International Student in a Postgraduate Program, Saket Murarka, SCM HRD. The Best Outgoing International Student in an Undergraduate Program, Anaga Lakshmi Krishna, SSLA. The late Jayati Deshmukh Award for the Best Outgoing Girl Student, Aditi Parida, SCMC. The late Satpal P. Malhotra Gold Medal for Excellence in Business Management by the Wakefield Foundation, Sumit Saxena, SIOM, Nasik. Nani Palkhiwala Memorial Trust Gold Medal to the topper in the LLM program, Shashank Shekhar Pandey, SLS, Pune. Late Chetan Dattaji Gaikwad Gold Medal to the topper in the Bachelor of Technology Civil Engineering program goes to Patil Prathamesh Pradeep, SIT. And late Shri Dajikaka Gadgil Gold Medal to the topper in MBA International Business program, Stuti Khaitan, SIIB. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gupte. Dr. Bhama Venkatramani is Dean, Academics and Administration at the Symbiosis International Deemed University and will now deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Anita, and good afternoon to all. As the 17th convocation of SIU draws to a close, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks. At the outset, I thank our esteemed chief guest, Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan, for accepting our invitation and delivering an enriching convocation address. Sir, the national education policy has been so well received by all quarters as it has brought in the much needed changes to the education landscape of the country. We are all very excited about laying out a roadmap to implement the same. Your presence, though virtual, has added stature to our convocation, and we do hope that sometime in the near future you will be able to visit our university. Honorable Chancellor Sir, we have always been inspired by your visionary leadership, and we are grateful to you for the encouragement and guidance that you have always been providing us throughout the year. I thank the Honorable Pro-Chancellor for her dynamic leadership and for the pivotal role that she has played in introducing new initiatives at the university, the most recent one being the enthralling Golden Jubilee series. The report that was just presented by the Honorable Vice-Chancellor stands testament to the achievements of the university. I thank our Honorable Vice-Chancellor for leading the university from the front. It has been a privilege to confer the D.Litt honoris causa on Mr. Adar Poonawalla for his selfless dedication towards making the Covishield vaccine available to the common man, and also for his strong commitment to making a difference to the community around him. I thank you, Mr. Poonawalla, for accepting this award and joining the Symbiosis family. We are indeed proud to have you as one of our distinguished alumni and look forward to more of your visits to our university. My sincere thanks to all the members of the Managing Committee of Symbiosis, the Board of Management, the Planning and Monitoring Board, the Academic Council, the Dean's Council, and all the statutory bodies of SIU for their wise counsel that has steered the activities of the university. We wish to acknowledge with gratitude the sponsors who have instituted various awards to motivate our students to scale greater heights. I thank the Nani Palkiwala Memorial Trust, the Wickfield Foundation, Shri Dattaji Gaikwad, the families of late Shri B.G. Deshmukh and late Shri Daji Kaka Gadgil for their continued support. I thank all our distinguished guests for accepting our invitation and joining us today to celebrate the success of our students. Our heartiest congratulations to the PhD awardees, the gold medalists, and all our graduating students. This day marks a significant milestone in your lives and the beginning of an exciting journey. We wish you the very best in the chosen path, and may God be with you every step of the way. Dear parents, I thank you for the faith you have reposed in us while entrusting your wards with us. Their success and your happiness gives us a sense of fulfillment, and together with you, we will be keen to see them grow and achieve. I sincerely thank the members of the media for your presence here and for all the support that you have always extended to us. I thank all the directors, teaching and non-teaching staff at the constituents and the campus administrators for their valuable contribution to this significant journey of our students. I also thank all the departments of the university's administration working under the guidance of the registrar, the controller of examination, the finance officer and the IT team for the meticulous planning and the hard work that has gone into making this convocation a success. A special word of thanks to Dr. Ruchi Jaggi, Dr. Gagan Prakash and the studio team for the support that they have so graciously extended to us. I thank you all once again and hope that sooner rather than later, we will all have an opportunity to meet in person. Until then, do stay safe and stay connected with SIU. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bhama. I now invite Dr. M.S. Shezul, Registrar SIU, to take the proceedings further.
Chancellor Sir, may I request you to kindly declare the 17th convocation closed.
I declare the 17th convocation closed.
Let me thank everyone once again from the entire team at SIU for being here today. As Bhama has said, this is a wonderful time during these trying times for the students. Thank you to our chief guest. Thank you to Dr. Adar Poonawalla, who has now joined our Symbiosis family. And of course, thank you to all our mentors within the Symbiosis family itself. I wish we could have met for lunch, which is normally the practice, but someday soon, with your blessings, Dr. Poonawalla, that shall happen. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of the day.